So I'll tell you the history on the Edgehill Bear in a little bit, but I just wanted to let you know why we have these signs, and we have 8 of them around the borders of our neighborhood. And it was what we were finding, if you wanted to find an apartment or you're doing looking for something, no one knew where Edgehill was. They knew where Edgehill Public Housing was, but they thought that was Edgehill, and they didn't realize that Edgehill was a much broader community. And so people would say, oh, I live in the Gulch, or I live in 12 South, and then there was just more and more encroachment from different ways. And so about 4 or 5 different neighborhood associations and volunteer groups and things in our neighborhood, we got together and we said, we need signs, and this is what they look like. And they were paid for through a negotiation with one of the developers on Music Row who wanted to do some kind of things, and we're like, okay, you can do that, but we'd like $30,000, not $30 million, $30,000 to pay for signs, and then to replace a lot of the trees that were dying. So so what happened in the 1950s, it was in 60s, it was a government program called Urban Renewal, and the goal was a very lofty one, and it was to get rid of blighted areas and to improve areas. But it displaced 2,300 people in Edgehill alone. I mean, that's a really big deal. And part of it was because they wanted the right of way to be able to put the freeways in, like 65 and 40. Well, they ended up changing a lot of the neighborhood, as you can imagine. So this street used to be all full of businesses. It was just this commercial row. And we'll walk up and you'll be able to see, we're gonna walk up 2 blocks to 14th Avenue and take a right there. But just look around as we get kind of past this next street in terms of looking at the houses and kind of imagine what it would be like, as part of that. So, but they planted those pear trees, the other ones, 60 years ago. If they would have planted a really beautiful tree, this would be an amazing area, but they're pears and they're all breaking. I mean, there's like a terrible tree. So we really care about trees in our neighborhood and things like that. So we use some of the money from the developer to also kind of beautify, this area. So.